Mr. Kanata. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Let me start by introducing the panel which is here, who is going to address this particular meeting. First, I have Mr. Kangata, who is the majority whip in the Senate. He had the opportunity to meet with the disciplinary committee. The disciplinary committee has gone for further consultations, and that process will be going on. As I told you, it is a court process which has got to follow certain rules. I'll be explaining that to you as you may require. And of course, I've got Ms. Nzuya, who is the chairman of the Jubilee party. He tends to like working in the background, but today I've managed to drag him to stand by me because there'll be issues that I may talk about that may require his confirmation. First of all, let me just repeat what I'd said earlier, which you may not have taken, is that the Jubilee Party Disciplinary Committee is in session. They manage their own times and their own calendar. They manage their own summons to those who they want to see at whatever time they want to see them, when they want to see them. As a secretariat, we don't have any control of how they manage their time. And as I mentioned to you earlier, that the disciplinary committee is chaired by Mr. Lumatete. He is a lawyer who qualifies to be a judge of the High Court. He follows very strictly procedures that are required even in the High Court, so that we have, as complainants, to be able to satisfy him that our complaints have got merit. This morning, we had one of the complainants against the 4 or the 5 nominated senators. The party had its complaints, but one of the accusers is Mr. Honorable Kangata, who is the chief whip. He did make his pleadings and presentations at the committee, at the session. If he wants to talk about that, he can talk about it. If he doesn't want, he'll talk about other issues. I think I'll leave it there. Let me ask Mr. Kangata to address you with some news also, which he wants to be able to discuss with you, to let you know, and then I'll come back and make the other announcements that you want to make. Thank you very much, Honorable.
Yeah, just 2 issues. Issue number 1 is just to inform Kenyans that today we had the first 3 hearings for the disciplinary committee against the nominated senators. Those cases were heard, the matters was closed, and the committee has retired to make a determination which will be communicated to the 3 senators. We shall get direction as to when those other 2 senators will also be heard. Now, I hereby want to inform the country we are now making changes in the Senate, and those changes will be communicated to the Speaker today. That is, changes in the composition of the various Senate committees. Change number 1 will be SBC. SBC, we are going to replace Senator Langat with Senator Sakaja. Change number 2 will be Powers and Privileges Committee. We are going to replace Senator Kangata myself with Senator Cheryl K. Devolution Committee, we shall replace Senator Kenywa with Senator Murkomen. Education Committee, Senator Langat will be replaced by Senator Milgo. ICT Committee, we shall replace Senator Pogisio with Senator Kenywa. JLAC Committee, we shall replace Senator Cheral K with Senator Linturi. Also, JLAC, we shall replace Senator Cheral K and Senator Linturi with Senator Kindiki and Senator Langat. And CPAC, we shall replace Senator Linturi and Senator Dulo. Delegated legislation, we shall replace Senator Pogisio with Senator Linturi. The effect of this will be that Senator Kenywa will cease being the chairman of the Devolution Committee. Senator Linturi will cease from being a member of PAC and also a vice chair of Legal. Dr. Langat will also cease from being the chairman of Education Committee, and also Senator Cheral K will cease from being the chairman of Legal Committee. Thank you.
Good. Thank you very much. We'll give you a chance to ask all the questions when we are finished with the announcements. We just want to let you know the NMC, we did make our proposals as to who should be joining the NMC. We addressed our communication to the Registrar of Political Parties. We also put an announcement in the newspapers and gave 14 days for those who have got any objections to send them to the party, so that our own internal party mechanism may be able to address any issues. Under the chairmanship of our chairman and an ad hoc committee that was created to look at those complaints, the committee dismissed all the complaints that had been sent to the party with respect to those who were nominated for the NMC position. The main basis being that no single evidence was adduced against any of those who were proposed to join the NMC. Nothing on their character, nothing on their CVs, nothing that violated the law. Because if you say that so and so should not serve in this committee or should not serve in the NMC, none of those particular complaints addressed the problems that you may be able to say would stop those people in serving in the NMC. So last week we already sent the communication to the Registrar of Political Parties that the NMC will remain as we proposed, and we have looked at the law. There's no need to gazette them anymore. We have dealt with our internal mechanism, and therefore they are members of the NMC. Another announcement I'd like to make is that the NMC will meet from tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock with the sole purpose of doing what the NMC is also supposed to do, is to prepare the agenda and the issues that will be addressed by the NEC. We hope to have a NEC meeting very soon. We are only waiting for the party leader to give us a time when he's available to be able to meet the NEC. So the NEC meeting can be any time from Thursday onwards. We will communicate to all members of the NEC. They'll all be invited. If anybody has got any objections to the actions that have been taken so far, then they'll be able to raise them at that NEC meeting. We're also going to have a parliamentary group meeting with respect to the National Assembly. We are working again on the appropriate date, which is acceptable to the party leader. And I want to make it very clear, very, very clear, that our party constitution will be adhered to. I want to make it also very clear that we are going to be not very merciful when it comes to the discipline in the party. In the past, we have been very generous to some of our members, some of them even using, without authority, the stationery of the party, not coming from this office, coming from wherever it is they're coming from, and expecting that we're going to allow that kind of dysfunction. I'm sorry, they are mistaken, and disciplinary action is going to be taken. But whatever disciplinary action the party takes, we want to assure Kenyans that we'll follow due process. We have a party disciplinary committee which is headed by somebody who qualifies to be a high court judge. We will take those matters to the disciplinary committee. We'll pursue them to their logical conclusion. Where we don't need the disciplinary committee and we only need the NEC to deal with it, we will deal with those errant members. When it is members of parliament, we expect 100% fidelity to the contract that they signed with the party, and we do have those contracts available for any inspection. They said when they were going for elections that they were going to do things according to the party. They were going to support the party. They hanged on the goodwill of the party to get their positions. For them to now change tact midstream is nothing but betrayal of the party. I want to thank you very much for your patience this morning. I'll take a couple of questions if there are any. If there aren't, thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Question number one. My name is Kennedy Moredi from NTV. You've spoken to those who have been using the party stationery outside the precincts of this building, and I know you're referring to the deputy.
That's what you know. I have not mentioned any names, but it's okay.
Is there any action disciplinary, because you say, using your words, that you're not going to take disciplinary issues lying down? Is it one of the issues that might even look into getting a disciplinary action from this committee, your deputy?
Well, as I mentioned to you, there are certain disciplinary committee issues which need to be referred to this committee. There are certain disciplinary actions that can be taken directly by the NEC, and there are certain disciplinary issues which can be taken directly by the party leader, as is articulated in some of our articles, including Article 33 of our Constitution, which I would want some of you to look at, and also I would want you to look at, because it's online, so you can look at also the responsibilities of the Secretariat and the Office of the Secretary General and all other offices, so that there's no confusion as to where the lines of responsibilities lie.
Precisely. My name is Kashuri.
I know you very well, sir.
Yes, I also know you, sir.
Yes.
You stand accused personally and collectively with other members of the management of the party of targeting particular members of your party, those who are allied to the deputy president and the deputy party leader of the party, of the Jubilee party. Is there any truth to that statement? And even looking at the changes that have been communicated a short while ago by the Senate majority group, those are some of the senators who did not vote in line in the last vote in the Senate. Is there any justification for that claim that you are targeting the deputy president in these changes, cracking the whip as it is being called?
When the majority leader tells the members that this is the party line, they each have their independent vote, and if they decide not to vote according to the party line, and they decide to hide behind any individual, whether it is the deputy president or whether it is the secretary general, they stand accused. Please talk a little bit louder. And
from your statement, you say disciplinary action taken against this member. Is there any particular perhaps further action taken against the
well, I can assure you that when we meet with the members of parliament, if they do have cases to answer, we are going to process those cases. And the party is free to make any changes that it requires to make at the National Assembly. That is the prerogative of the party, and we will make those changes when and if we feel that is necessary. We'll follow due process. Due process is very important. Where we have to do it through a PG, we'll do it through a PG. Where we just need a resolution of the NEC, which is actually the case with some of the people who are in Parliament, we will use that particular provision of the law.
My name is
I know you, sir. I think the Chief Whip can explain who those are. Those who appeared and those who are still to appear. No, you have to talk on the microphone so that's it.
Yeah, it's Prengei, Senator Prengei and Senator Omanga. They are within the precinct. The committee is there to determine whether they will be heard at about 2 or tomorrow.
Good. And the Mary Senator.
Yeah, the matter.
Fine. Very good. Okay, fine. You've heard that. Yes. Last question. No question.
Yes,
Great.
No question.
Yes.
Kuna mabadiliko fulani tumekuwa tukiona kwenye chama, iwe ni katika kamati za uongozi pale bungeni na wengine. Kuna madai kwamba mnamlenga naibu rais katika mabadiliko haya. Swali la kwanza, je, mnamlenga na wale ambao wanamuunga mkono? Na pili, kuna mabadiliko fulani ambayo mmefanya katika uongozi wa chama, yani management ya chama, na mkutano ambao unatarajiwa kufanyika wa baraza la chama. Mambo gani ambayo mnatarajia kuyajadili katika mkutano huo, na labda sababu naibu rais ni mmoja wa wale ambao wako kwenye kamati hiyo, je, amealikwa kwenye mkutano huo?
You want to answer about Parliament first?
Ya, niseme ya kwamba wale ambao tumeweza kuleta mabadiliko hivi sasa yanatokana na mambo ambayo yanahusu chama. Chama kina haki ya kufanya mageuzi yoyote, na hiyo ni haki ya chama ambayo kwa hivi sasa lazima iweze kuheshimiwa. Kumbuka ya kwamba kabla turushe kura ya Friday tuliweza kupatia notice kila member, tukamwelezea huu ndio mwelekeo wa chama, na ndiposa sasa lazima tungeleta nidhamu katika chama kutokana na venye tumefanya. Lakini pia ukiangalia pia umeona ya kwamba wamepelekwa katika kamati zingine za bunge, kumaanisha pia wako na wakati wa kufanya kazi katika mahali pengine katika bunge pengine.
Ya muhimu kabisa ambacho tutajaribu kuzingatia ni nidhamu. Kama chama kinachotawala, hatuwezi kuwa kwamba tuko na wale ambao hawafuati maagizo ya chama. Kwa mfano, katika bunge hatuwezi kuwa na mtu ambaye anakuwa mwenyekiti ya kamati muhimu na kwa upande nyingine anapinga msimamo ya chama ama msimamo ya mheshimiwa rais wa nchi yetu. Kwa hivyo yale ambayo tunafuatilia kwa wakati huu ni kuhakikisha kwamba tuna nidhamu, tuna party leader moja, tuna rais wa nchi moja, na katika mkutano ambacho tutakuwa nao kesho na hata mkutano ambayo itakuwa ya parliamentary group ama mkutano wa NEC, ya kwanza ambayo tutaweka kipaumbele ni kwamba kila mwanachama awe ni nani, awe akona nidhamu, kwa ajili bila nidhamu basi kama chama ambacho kinatawala hatuwezi kuendesha nchi yetu. If we have a dysfunctional party, we cannot have a functional government. And if we don't have a functional government, we cannot have a functional country. All these things are important. Bila nidhamu hatuwezi kuwa na nchi ambacho inaendelea kwa njia nzuri, hatuwezi kuwa na serikali ambayo inaendelea kwa njia nzuri. Lazima tuwe na nidhamu, na rais wetu ni moja, uongozi wa nchi hii ni moja, na kwa hivyo lazima tumuunge kiongozi wetu Rais Uhuru Kenyatta, lazima tumuunge mkono ili afanye ile kazi kubwa ambayo anafanya kwa nchi yetu, sio kusumbuliwa kila wakati na wale ambao wanaenda kwa njia nyingine. We cannot have people going on a different trajectory when the president is very clear on where we should be going. Thank you very much. Wacha mwenyekiti aongezee.
Pengine niongezee tu kidogo. Sisi kama chama ambacho kiliunda serikali hii tuko na jukumu la kuhakikisha ya kwamba hii serikali inatimiza ahadi zote zile ambazo waliahidi wa Kenya. Kwa hivyo haya hayawezi yakawezekana, ama hili haliwezi likawezekana iwapo viongozi wetu watakuwa hawaongei kwa lugha moja. Na haya yanayoendelea hivi sasa ni kuhakikisha ya kwamba tumeregesha nidhamu ndani ya chama chetu, na kuanzia sasa kwenda mbele tutahakikisha ya kwamba hili limetimia. Ni lazima viongozi wote ambao wamechaguliwa na chama chetu cha Jubilee waongee na sauti moja. Haiwezekani na hatutaweza kumsaidia Mheshimiwa Rais kutekeleza ajenda zake ikiwa baadhi ya viongozi wetu hawashirikiani. Kwa hivyo kuanzia sasa kuendelea mbele, kama chama tumechukua msimamo mkali na tutahakikisha ya kwamba viongozi wote ambao wamechaguliwa na chama chetu wanaenda kulingana na maadili ya chama. Asanteni.
Shukrani. Asanteni sana. Thank you.